Pink, a color that most associate with femininity and softness, has a completely different meaning to me. In my world, pink represents resilience and toughness. This color has been coated in chlorine, and it has seen some of my best moments. Today, I chose to exhibit my pink water polo ball. Water polo has become a pillar of my adolescence, and this ball has allowed my love for the sport to grow. Although water polo isn't the most popular sport, I'm sure most people have felt like they've been a part of something at some point in their lives, whether it's been a school club, a different sport, or something as simple as family. I chose this artifact because I played water polo for almost over 8 years, and it has helped build my identity as well as morals. And the ball is a constant reminder of my prosperity and growth. Through my artifact, I will be explaining how it is used, how it represents important values within the culture, and why I identify with this culture. First, we start with how the object is used. The most obvious reason being the physical part of the sport, namely throwing, catching, and shooting. Arguably, these 3 things are the most important, which is why during practice, drills are carried out that allow players to sharpen their skills in preparation for league games and tournaments. Just like any other sport, it is crucial to get familiar with your equipment, which is why it's going to be rare to find a water polo player without a ball in their hand, whether it's the routine yellow and black color or bright pink. Another way the ball is used is in a more figurative sense, an emotional release. Being able to launch the ball with all your might into a net creates a sense of accomplishment that one might not get during their regular day-to-day life. It makes your worries seem finite and like you just have to focus at the small task ahead. Speaking from experience, being able to leave my quarrels at the door and put my all into my sport, it was almost therapeutic, and it was all thanks to the size 4 ball that I held in my hands. Next, we move on to how the ball represents important values within the culture. The first value being power. Most water polo players have very muscular statures, and the way that we handle the ball and the game is proof of that. Water polo is a very violent sport, and you have to learn how to roll with the best of them. I have had my fair share of physical altercations within the water, and although it may seem like a burden within the moment, it really does remind me of how much power and resilience this sport requires. And the way that a player handles the ball really is proof of that. The next value is determination. Like I stated before, water polo is a violent sport, and lots of things can happen to you. Someone can steal the ball directly from your hands, or a swift kick to the ribs is a very familiar feeling. And the way that you recover from these things shows great firmness of purpose. And I've carried this firmness of purpose and determination throughout my entire life, in and outside of the pool. Lastly, we move on to why I identify with this culture. I like to say that water polo was embedded in my DNA. My dad played this sport throughout his adolescence as well, along with his siblings. And although they are much better than I could ever be at the sport, I still managed to put my all into it. It taught me to never do something halfway. So, in other aspects of my life, such as work and school, I always put all of my effort into them, and it has helped me in tremendous ways. Next, water polo has created a second family for me. Being an only child, it was mostly just me stuck with my thoughts, and I used to beg my parents for a sibling. But now that I've been stuck on a team with a bunch of girls that I had no idea who they were at first, we've become family. You share similar experiences within the water that most people might not understand, and it almost creates an unbreakable bond. All in all, you can see how crucial this artifact is to me. We've talked about how you shoot the ball and other arm slinging methods, how it represents power and determination, and why I identify with this culture, my second family. Even though sports aren't for everyone, doing something that makes you happy is a great feeling, and I think that everyone deserves to know what that feels like. Thank you.